Well, hello, Power Rangers fans. With the once and always 30th anniversary special less than 2 weeks away, I thought it was important that we have a moment and find out what happened to some of these characters. And I know a lot of us haven't watched Power Rangers in a long time. So what I wanted to do was give you a quick guide to what has happened to some of these characters so that we could all be caught up on April 19th when the special airs on Netflix. So we're going to talk about our main brain, our tech guy, Billy Cranston. Now, I'm also going to leave the names of certain episodes, so if you want to go back and check my records and then also go ahead and follow some of these episodes, I'll put the name of the episodes in the video so that you can see and know exactly where to go. And you can find these episodes on Netflix or YouTube. They're available. But let's go back in time, find out what happened to our main brain, Billy Cranston.
It's time for molecular transmutation! Triceratops!
Now, Billy Cranston, the original Blue Ranger, fun fact, he's the only character in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers who was there for every single episode. So, more episodes than Tommy, more episodes than Kimberly. Nobody has ever held the Blue Ranger costume other than Billy. He was the guy who also created the communicators. He also created the rad bug. Now, that was the vehicle that they used when their teleportation systems were down. So Billy was able to create. So he was, like I said, the tech guy. Anything that went wrong, they all went to Billy to truly try and figure it out. Billy was also the first one to discover Zordon and Alpha were creating a new Ranger, which ended up being Tommy. So let's go ahead and find out, well, what happened to Billy? So Billy gets the power of the Triceratops. Eventually, now they need to upgrade to the power they have the power of thunder. So they go from Triceratops to the Unicorn Thunderzord power. So now Billy is now the power of the Unicorn. Now, once Rita, we all remember Rita Repulsa's brother, Rito, that's not Rita, it's Rito with an O. Rito shows up, completely decimates the Power Rangers, destroys their dinosaur powers, and the Power Rangers have to go on a quest to get ninja powers. Now, some might say, hey, that's the movie that we've seen. That movie isn't canon, but they also go ahead and show some of it in the actual episodes. So they all go and get their ninja powers. Billy becomes the power of the wolf. Now, eventually, as he's fighting as the wolf, as the ninja, silent and strong, Billy carries on. Now, as other Rangers continue to leave, including Kimberly, who trades her powers in for Cat, Billy forges on as the Blue Ninja Ranger. What eventually happens after Rita's brother, Rito, fails to defeat the Power Rangers, Rita and Rito's dad shows up. Now, this is Master Vile. Master Vile has now showed up, and he is completely disgusted with the fact that Rito and Rita have not destroyed the Power Rangers, so he's angry, and guess what? He gets the job done. He destroys the Power Rangers. In fact, he turns back time and turns the Power Rangers into children. So what ends up happening is that the Power Rangers are no longer Power Rangers anymore because they're children. They're, 9, 10, 11 years old. So Zordon doesn't feel good about making them Power Rangers. He obviously goes against that later in the Turbo movie.
Guys, I'm the new Blue Ranger. Isn't that cool or what?
What?
Man, I was afraid I wasn't gonna make it. Alpha had to give me a crash course in driving. Good thing you don't need a license to drive a Zord.
But at this point in time, he does not feel good about making children Power Rangers. So they call on the Alien Rangers. And the Alien Rangers come from a planet called Aquitar. It's a planet of water. And that is how they get their powers. They have a power. The planet is specifically a planet forged all water. So water is what fuels the Alien Rangers. So now that the Power Rangers cannot be Power Rangers anymore, they're the ones protecting the planet. So what ends up happening, our main brain, our main tech guy, Billy is helping the Alien Rangers, and he's using his brains, his technology, and their technology from their planet, and he creates what's called a regenerator. Now, this regenerator is powered by the power coins, which is what powers the Power Rangers' powers. Say that 3 times fast. So, the power coins power the Power Rangers' powers. Oh, the Power Rangers, okay, see, I can't do it. But the power coins power the Power Rangers' powers. So this regenerator that Billy creates gives them the ability to grow back up. But Goldar, you remember Goldar? Goldar and Rito end up finding out what the Power Rangers are doing. And then Billy is the only one who gets to go back to being a full-grown adult before Rito and Goldar, Lord Zed, and Rita destroy the regenerator. So now Billy is the only one who is back in action as an adult, but his power coin is destroyed. So now he's working with the Aquitar Rangers. That's what they're called, the Aquitian Rangers, the Alien Rangers. He's working with the Alien Rangers to go ahead and now try and figure out how to turn the Earth back so that everybody can be an adult again. What ends up happening now later, they end up going after what's called the Zeo Crystal. And the Zeo Crystal is a crystal that is going to give them new power and strength. Now, the problem is there's only 5 Zeo Crystals. So that leaves Rocky, Aisha, Tommy, Kat, and I'm missing somebody. Rocky, Aisha, Tommy, Kat, and Adam. They have to go on a search for their own Zeo Crystal so they can turn the Earth back. What ends up happening is Billy doesn't go after a Zeo Crystal because Billy's already an adult. So now we have Aisha who trades over, and we'll do a story about Aisha, but Aisha gives her power to somebody else, and Billy is now an adult. The Earth turns back, and everybody becomes adult, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers become the Zeo Rangers. Now, the thing that happens to Billy is he decides to still be a tech guy, work in the command center, but he is not a ranger. The one time he gets an opportunity to be a ranger, because the command center was destroyed, Billy absorbed an extremely high dosage of negative proton molecules, which resist the Gold Ranger's powers. And that, unfortunately, doesn't allow Billy to be the Gold Ranger. We call in Jason to be the Gold Ranger. But what happens is, because there's a side effect from Billy becoming old and then the Earth getting turned back, now Billy is now aged up about 50, 60 years. And the only way that Billy can stay alive is he has to go to a planet, Aquitar, where the Alien Rangers resided, because their water fuels youth. And that's why the Aquitar Rangers have been able to live as long as they have. So that's what happens to Billy. Unfortunately, he goes over to Aquitar. We don't ever see him again after that. After he leaves to go ahead and get the water of the Aquitar Rangers and their planet, unfortunately, he can't live back on Earth. So this is what's exciting about Once and Always, as we find out how has Billy come back from being on Aquitar. Like I said, I'm glad I was able to give you guys a little bit of Power Ranger knowledge so that you guys would be caught up on the 30th anniversary special. Look, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If there's some Billy information that you want to leave me that I missed out on, please put it in the comments. I'd also like for you to put your favorite Billy episode in the comments and we can talk about it. I'll tell you mine right now. Mine is Blue Ranger Gone Bad. It's 2 Billys fighting each other, and Billy got himself a little girlfriend who's fiending over him, and he's just over her. So, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and tell me your favorite Billy episode in the comments. Remember, guys, be kind to everybody except the racist, because we ain't got time for them. Y'all have a good day.